Hello, my name is Daniel. Welcome to my channel, Live to Read. Today we're doing a book review with some spoilers of The Chase by Clive Cussler. This book was published in 2007. Page count is a little close to 450 pages for this paperback, so a good sized book. I recently just gotten into Clive Cussler. I did a book review video for Raise the Titanic, which features probably his most popular character, Dirk Pitt, who I'd sort of describe almost as a shoe from the hip Indiana Jones. So this book introduces a new character that he has created, Clive Cussler, by the name of Isaac Bell, who works for a famous detective agency called Van Dorn. So just like Dirk Pitt, there's a whole series of books featuring Isaac Bell, which me personally, plan on reading additional books featuring this character. I really enjoyed reading this book. And so what has happened here, this book opens, it's 1950, and it opens in Montana on a lake, and a steam locomotive is being removed from the lake. And upon investigation, dead bodies are found. So this sort of sets up the whole tone of the book. And from there, you go back in time to the early 1900s. So what is happening? There's a sociopath bank robber on the loose who's referred to as the Butcher Bandit. And what he's doing, he's robbing banks all along the western side of the United States. And then the problem is that he is, every time he robs a bank, he's killing witnesses. And at this point in time, he's killed over 30 people, including kids. So, and the law enforcement is having no luck trying to catch him because he's very methodical. He checks out all the banks. He figures out his exit strategy. He wears disguises, and he eventually robs the banks, kills people, and gets away untouched. So the government gets involved, and they end up reaching out to the Van Doren agency. And this is where Isaac Bell comes into play. And then you, as a reader, you go, on the hunt with Isaac Bell while he tries to find clues and try to figure out who this guy is, how is he getting away, and then what is his next move. So one thing I really enjoyed about Clive Cussler with his writing is he's very descriptive. I felt like I was on the case with Isaac. This takes place obviously in the 1900s. I feel like I was there in the era, going through this adventure, trying to catch the Butcher Bandit. And then what happens in this book, there's really two big set pieces for me that I really enjoyed. The first one, Isaac Bell has to navigate the famous earthquake that hit San Francisco in the early 1900s, where most of the city is on fire. And then you, as a reader, you go with him trying to get through the city and trying to catch the Butcher Bandit. And the other part of the book, this is towards the end, that sort of ties into the opening of the book. The Butcher Bandit is on the run. This book is sort of the perfect cat and mouse type of scenario. And he's gotten onto a train, and he's making a speedy getaway. And Isaac Bell has gotten himself into a high-end fast sports car, then eventually gets onto another train to chase the Butcher Bandit on the other train itself. So very packed. It's an amazing story. I genuinely cared for these characters, and I could not wait to see what was going to happen at the end and how the Butcher Bandit was going to be caught. So if you're looking for a very quick escape into a detective type story, this is the book for you. Like I said, this is The Chase by Clive Cussler. That's my review with some minor spoilers. If you enjoy the content, please like, comment, subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for taking the time to stop by.